Hello, everybody. September 27th, 19 years ago, I had I don't even know how, but I married my wife.
You don't know how you married your wife.
I know, right? Yeah, it's surprised she, surprised she, I don't want to say settled, but yeah, so 19 years, 5 kids, major surgeries, um, one kid in college. It's crazy on how time flies. Um, I think Facebook for the remembrance, the looking back on your posts from years before, all of our wedding pictures, those sort of things. Um, we actually honeymooned in Australia, which was pretty awesome. Hopefully get to go back there again. But yeah, crazy on how time flies. And she's actually at one of my daughter's tennis matches, so goes to show you what married life gets like when you got your kids as your top priority. Um, so yeah, we'll see what I do tonight, what we do tonight if we celebrate that sort of thing. Um, it's I don't know about over by you, Alan, but it has gotten pretty crisp outside. Um,
It's
nice fall
cold.
day. Yeah, I think it's like 50-ish here. Um, Low 40s when we wake up. So you can tell fall is we're here. It's great football weather. Last weekend was great. Badgers did terrible. And granted it was Ohio State, but they just got killed. It was my high school homecoming. My daughter came back. We killed them. Um, and then the Packers decided to make it interesting and wait till the end of the game to decide who's going to be the winner. Um, so yeah, sad news about the Lions. I think they gave up that game. Um, I don't know what the Bears did, but so anyway, um, it's I'm trying to find some positives in the market, and I don't know where to look. We'll look at the SPY at a longer term chart to see where we're at. But someone actually posted this in our group, actually responded to, I think, one of my posts or Alan's posts. Um, Market as a whole is in trouble, cannot keep up with demand because of supply issues. Um, Big deal. I'm buying puts on blue chips and indices. I was actually long this morning and I got quite a few lines on this chart, but if you bear with me, um, this is the 5 minute low right here. This is probably the 5 minute low from yesterday. But we dipped below it and then we're kind of above it and then kind of bounced around it. I think I gave up here, went short, um, and made some money before we kind of flatlined. Um, and we've seen this yesterday as well. If I go back to the 2 day, um, here's Monday where we started bullish, but then could not hold and we sold off. Again, we saw that again. We even gapped up. I think Alan mentioned we were up 300 points on the Dow, and we just sold off. Someone mentioned that it was due to a explosion in gas pipeline, the Nord Star. Um, but I think we continue to be in trouble. So this is the daily chart on the SPY. And let me zoom back out. This level was our low around June. And if you notice, we bounced here, we bounced here, we traded below it, and I think we held it. But this is an interesting level and one to watch. If I go out 2 years and I extend this line, here's the levels that we're looking at. And if you notice, we came up, bounced on it before breaking above it. And this was 2 years ago, November. So if we're below that, maybe we trade down to 350. But like I said, I'd like to find something positive in the market. But this is just not pretty. If you look at these averages, the 10, the 20, the 50, and the 200, they're all inverted. Normally when the market is rising, the 200 is the lowest, the 50, the 20, and the 10. But like I said, they're inverted. But yeah, I guess if I leave you with anything, stay nimble. Use the 5 minute to base your trades. And if it gets to it, don't be afraid to get out, and don't be afraid to switch your position, because that's what I did today. And I was down 20% of my portfolio, I think. And once I switched and went to puts, I ended the day green and was up, I think, 10%. So you have, and I'm starting to kind of get that. Don't be married to a trade. Don't think, okay, this is going to turn. Oh, as soon as I sell it, it's going to reverse. Because the market is you can see these trends. And then towards the afternoon, we'll kind of flatline until the afternoon. So yeah, Alan, how are you doing over there?
I'm doing good. I think, so first of all, everything that's been going in the drop of the markets has all been set in place. It happens every year. It's in the book, and it's a pretty common thing. Now, what happens with Rosh Hashanah is that we had the services. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and actually someone asked, is this in the book? And I actually pointed to the direct page, which offhand I don't remember, but
I wish I would have spent more time on it, but I didn't want people going ahead and making a big issue of it and get hate mail or whatever. I gave some analogies and stuff, but it happens every year. So what we're looking for is a 1% drop, which is around 15 to 1,600 points, which we got. Rosh Hashanah, there's a pre-service that's done before Rosh Hashanah. And the significance of this is where the only service in the Jewish faith where you blow the trumpet, which is those ram's horns, and that it's supposed to symbolize the coming of the Messiah. It's all in old history and that kind of thing. And then so Monday on Rosh Hashanah, it starts on sundown, and then when the sun goes back up on Tuesday morning, it's all done. So that's why in the stock market almanac, it shows it to be a bullish day. I got a text from one of the greatest wizard traders going, Dennis Prost, and he said it's supposed to be a very bullish day. He was right. It started out 300 points. The problem is when you have a big sell-off, is that any kind of profit, people are taking profits.
I think people
so
are
that's
panicking.
what you get.
Yeah.
And this is what happened last year, is that I was a little quick on buying my calls after Yom Kippur, which is going to be on coming up in October. And that's going to go ahead, and that holiday will be done on the 4th. And so the 5th should be a bullish day. Last year it wasn't, because what happened is the sell-off still was going on. And then your bullish day was the following day. And then basically for the month of October, it all took off. So don't take these little blimps, this little setbacks we have as anything major. I'm going to tell you what's causing, in my opinion, the major majority of these problems, and I would not be along the market. However, if you go ahead and follow Jewish-owned stocks, which their CEOs are Jewish people, Oracle, Google, Bookings,
Goldman
Goldman
Sachs.
Sachs, those go down traditionally much deeper drops than stocks that do not have it. So, for example, like your stocks like American Express, you can name just whatever. What I'm just saying is that they go down harder, and that's why I had them. Now, I was in a large position in Oracle. Oracle has dropped more than I've ever seen in my life. Oracle doesn't even move that much. And if you bring up the chart, you'll see Oracle at one time was down $1.30 today. Well, the joke was this was up 75 cents, but there's just no. It's like there was just no buyers going on. The reason I even say this is because I actually had 5,000 shares on Oracle to go down, and I'm kind of like irritated because when it came back to even, I got out of it, and never thinking it was gonna go to the second time after the drop. But what it is that when it went ahead and had the second reversal around 2 o'clock. But the reason I say that is because it was supposed to be a bullish day, and I decided to just get out of a break-even trade. Now that's a good testament when you go ahead and look at what Brian showed on the screen. The thing is that if you know what's supposed to happen, that we're in a downtrend, sometimes it behooves you to go ahead and keep in the trade, which I did. So I got out with no loss, no gain either. But last week I was short 5,000 shares of Oracle, and boy, what a drop it had on Friday. But yeah, I told you about the drop. The thing is this is just what happens. I mean, it's just the way it is. You can spin it, say it, whatever it is. But let's go back to the overall health of the market, which Brian said was very unhealthy. You have a situation where they're going to tax corporations that make over $1 billion 15%. For them to go ahead and pay this tax, they're going to go ahead and have to do layoffs. I mean, they have to do something. Plus, they're taxing the buybacks at 1%. These are all catastrophic to the markets and that. The Fed, for whatever reason, I've never seen a policy that they put in place that they're expecting to go ahead and lose millions of jobs. Well, the unemployment's going to go up, from 4.4 to 4.7, but we got to slow down the inflation. All I'm saying is everything that we're doing is going in the wrong direction for business, and so it's going to be interesting to see after Yom Kippur where we're at, if we can keep this nosedive we're in, or if we traditionally go back up. We're at all-time lows, and you can go ahead and bring up 3-year lows. We're at 3-year lows on a lot of stocks. That's
Right.
not good. Why would you invest in that? I certainly wouldn't put any money into it. I mean, so yeah.
Yeah. I think I saw something like 58% of the companies in the S&P are at their 3-year lows, and if more join that, or if they even dip lower, look out below, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a hard call right now. So right now, The long term would be short, but we have to be aware that it's supposed to be short right now. Which one did you bring up there?
This
Oh,
SPX,
that's the SPY.
yeah, or the underlying SPX. Yeah, I mean, you can look triple M. That's triple M. Triple M's, ooh. They're quite low. I think is this 2 year. Let's call it.
Oh, that's the 3M. Remember, you were bullish on that trade.
Yeah, thought they were gonna bounce. Yeah,
Oh, they
right.
tried right there. What did they
Yeah.
go down today? Anything?
Let's see here.
Yeah, but look at the percentage. This is what I'm talking about. Look at the percentage of the drop of triple M. How much is that?
half
It's
a percent.
0.5%. Now look at the drop of Oracle.
How come that didn't work? One? I can't see that. 1.5, 1.6.
Do you see my point? You will see that. So I gave you the stocks to trade during this time of period. They're going to go ahead and outperform and give you bigger gains than not. Goldman Sachs, Oracle, Google are bookings are some good plays during this this time period. So
Yeah, bookings were
excellent.
flat.
Yeah. Well, Brian, I'm gonna let you get to your anniversary and get to your amazing bride. That
Okay,
all right. I'm gonna let you go, buddy.
Thank you. Everybody have a good week.
Yeah.
Be nimble, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
All right.
Bye, everyone.